Well, hello, this is Debbie Gilbert with IGOT Communities, and today I'm in Cary, North Carolina with two of our members. We've just had a bingo game here today on our travels, and so I'm with Nancy Cadis and I'm with Joel Glassman.
I'm not Nancy. I'm Joel.
And so we're just going to share a little bit about actually their lives and how they became connected to IGOT Communities. So, Joel, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about you and where you live, and a little bit about your 55 and older community here.
Okay, well, I grew up in New York City and worked for the city schools as a speech pathologist with my wife, Harriet. And when we were laid off back in the 70s, we moved to eastern North Carolina, where we lived for 32 years. And when we retired, we moved up to the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area and bought a home here in Carolina Preserve. So we've been here almost 16 years now. I got connected with IGOT Communities basically through a gentleman named Dave Sherry, who hosted outside bingo games during COVID because we couldn't go into our clubhouse, which was closed. And so we had these outside bingo games, and Debbie came down to one of them, and David talked about IGOT Communities, and Debbie talked a little bit about it. And so I joined and have been a member for about 2 years. But Carolina Preserve is a 55 and over community that opened in 2006. It was the first type of community of its kind in North Carolina. It also is a Del Webb community. Back then, Del Webb was the biggie. Now Pulte is pretty much the biggie because they build pretty much all the homes. And so it has about 1,400 homes and probably about 2,200 individuals. You have to be at least one person in the house has to be at 55 or over. Children are not really allowed. We're a private community, but we're part of a hub of about 8 or 9 now communities. They keep expanding, called Amberley. So we have our own clubhouse, and we're in one of the rooms of our clubhouse now that we can use, but the people who live in Amberley cannot come to us unless they're invited as guests because we are private. Amberley as a community has its own clubhouse, its own swimming pools, which are beautiful, and slides and stuff for the kids. And if we have kids or grandkids that are young, we can use their facilities. And so we take our grandkids over like during the summer to swim and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful community here. Now, Nancy, how long have you lived here? And tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got here.
I live here since December 2019. We moved in, and in March of 2020, my husband passed away. So I wasn't, and also COVID started. So, I was kind of stuck in the house until everything started opening. So I've been here. We had looked at this complex. We came down to this area in 2005. My son and his family live here, in fact, about 4 miles from us. And my daughter and family lived over towards the mountains in Morganton. But when we were here and we looked at they were just moving ground. So we had to find a place to go live, which we did, but not until 2006. So we moved I lived in York, Pennsylvania all my life. My husband was from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And we moved down here. All our things were in storage for 1 year in Pennsylvania until we finally found a place, because you couldn't find condos, you couldn't find much of anything,
Mhm.
you know. And so we ended up in a pretty big house. And when my husband kept getting different things and all this and that, we finally listened to our children and moved in here.
Mhm.
So that's how we got here. That's,
So I'm curious because you said you lived in a big house with lots of things, and obviously when you moved in here, you had to downsize.
yes.
How did that affect you? How was downsizing for you all?
Well, we had already, well, no, we had to downsize, yes, because we had all this room. We had steps here and steps there, you know, so that's what lot we wanted to get rid of. But downsizing, actually, it worked out pretty well. I mean, my daughter took quite a few things. You know, we moved it all around that we were able to keep things that maybe I should have got rid of. But I've been okay with that. I'm still going through boxes because everything was thrown at me all at once.
Yeah.
You know, we were married almost 60 years when my husband passed away.
Yeah.
So it's been very hard for me going through all this by myself.
Yeah.
It's amazing that your kids wanted anything, because most kids, they say, throw it out. Get rid of it.
Well, that's it. Nobody, of course, wanted my china, and sterling and all those things.
Yeah.
So I kept everything, and I figure, okay, whoever wants it when I'm gone.
They can do whatever.
Yes, but my daughter took some furniture. That's what she, you know. But other than that, I didn't get rid of anything that I could say I really miss. I mean, like the antiques and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, were you at the cul-de-sac bingo game when I was here before?
No, I didn't know anything about it.
Okay, so how did you find out about IGOT Communities?
In not the first year, the second year, not 2020, but 21, Kathy said, "Do you like to play bingo?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And so Jeff and her set me up and everything, and that's how I found out about it.
And Kathy was your neighbor on.
She's my neighbor on Abbey View Way.
Yes.
We moved in within like 2 weeks of each other.
Oh, okay.
They came down from New Jersey, and of course we just came from here, you know.
Yeah. So there's lots of people here from the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area.
Most of the people from Pennsylvania, though, are from the western part of Pennsylvania.
So the question for both of you is, how beneficial has IGOT Communities been to you?
Oh, it's been wonderful. You know, you have different groups in your life. You have your immediate family, you have your friends, you have other family, and to me, IGOT is one of my extended families. It's something where I can exchange information, ideas, thoughts, feelings with other people from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. I can learn from them and at the same time teach them things that they don't know. I can learn from them about things that I don't know. It's a connecting kind of thing, and it's been quite wonderful.
Yeah. How's it been for you, Nancy?
Well, I've stuck mostly to bingo, and you know, other than that, I really haven't participated in
The other program.
the other programs.
Yeah. But we see you on frequently on bingo.
Yes, I was on more when I had gotten sick there for a while, and I kind of got away from it. But now I try and get on maybe at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah. So, well, I know for all of our other members, we love meeting people from other states and just, it is, Jewel, like I said, I think it is a very connected family of friends that really enjoy each other's company somewhat.
Mhm.
It feels safe. Of course, our program is free, and it's really to connect seniors socially so that they don't feel isolated and alone. So, and it's easy. It's easy as you age, and especially easy when you lose a spouse, to feel very alone. So, if you don't mind me asking, Nancy, just with being married to somebody 60 years and you lose someone, how did you navigate the grief cycle? How have you navigated that?
Pretty good. I had very good neighbors on both sides, and the neighbor on the other side, she helped me or helped us, I guess, 2 or 3 times when Keith fell or when we had to rush him to the hospital, and we had just moved in, and she was a nurse. And she got in April of that year. We couldn't go do anything, but she had some friends of hers that she had met come on the driveway. And we sat on the driveway, and that's when I met some of my other neighbors. And I think that helped a whole lot. And I met a neighbor who lived on another street, and actually she's president of the Singles Club. And she just kind of took me under her wing, even though we couldn't do anything, But she was really a big help. And, just talking to them and talking to my next door neighbor, she was here. She had just moved in the 2019. And she came from Greensboro. But she would call me and all these kind of things. And
so it's really good to I guess you could have stayed in the house or you could have visited in the driveway, and so visitation is certainly important to connect with people.
It is, because our street is very active. We, like, every month they were going out to eat. Well, of course, that stopped. So then they started meeting every month, sitting on the driveway. At different driveways, we would take turns. So I think that was very beneficial also.
Yeah.
That has helped.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a lot of things. I don't really like to be in a lot of things. I mean, when it finally happened, I played pinochle over 60-some years, and finally I got to go to the pinochle club, and play pinochle. But I hadn't played for so long, for only like 20 years, down here, because we just never met anybody that played pinochle.
So you're playing pinochle now? Do you play weekly?
Yes.
Do you play daily?
No.
Okay,
We play on Tuesday nights, and then they started playing on Fridays, like around 12:30. Yeah.
Do you come here to the clubhouse to do that? Awesome. Now, Joel, I know you're really involved with your veterans group here. Is that right?
Well, I'm involved with the Veterans Chorus.
Veterans
I
Chorus.
coordinate that chorus, yeah. I'm not as involved with the Veterans group, but they put on during like Memorial Day, July 4th, Veterans Day, 9/11, they put on an event where they invite the community, and some of the members of the community share their experiences, bring some of their medals or pictures from when they were in the service, and our chorus sings usually the national anthem and 4 or 5 songs, patriotic or types of songs.
Well, I also happen to know that you love all sorts of music. You used to sing in a doo-wop group?
Well, I am in a doo-wop group.
Okay.
And we meet every Wednesday during the year, and then we put on a show in early June of every year.
Here at the clubhouse?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that sells out like that because people love the old 50s and 60s music. And,
So people
and that's
pay
what we
to buy tickets,
Yes.
and that money goes to your club.
Yes.
That's awesome. So something that I've learned is there's all kinds of things to do, and if you're looking for a 55 and older club and you want to be in North Carolina, I guess Carolina Preserve is a great place. Certainly, I've come to love these people very, very much, and I'm so thankful that they're part of IGOT Communities. So, just let's think about this. This is your if you could give seniors or people 55 and older advice on how to live a healthy life for the rest of their life, what's your best advice?
Wow, loaded question.
Loaded question.
Get good sleep.
Okay.
Eat healthy. Exercise as little or as much as you can. And be connected. People, it's been proven that if you have connections to people, it doesn't even have to be friends, it just has to be people, that you'll live a longer, happier, in most cases, and healthier life. Here at Carolina Preserve, what's great about it is we have about 115 clubs, and if you have an interest in pottery or playing poker or dancing, different types of dances, you can get involved in any club that you want. If you see a list of clubs and you say, I am definitely interested in anything, whatever the activity is, but there's no club for it, you can start a club. I enjoy doing trivia kinds of things, and I do a couple of things for IGOT, but I do a couple of things here too. But we never actually had a trivia club. So I got with a couple of guys and a lady, and we started a trivia club, and we do 4 events a year that we put on for the community. We don't have great attendance, but we have about 50, 60 people that come. And it only costs we only charge a couple of dollars, and we give all that back in prizes. Mm-hmm. And the people who come really love it. They have fun. We don't assign seats. We have them pick numbers at random to sit at tables so that they meet new people or play with different people. And it's not stacked, so the 3 or 4 that know everything about everything play together. And we play, we have different categories and stuff like that. And then there's other clubs that I'm involved with that Nancy could get involved with if she chooses. She's involved with Pinochle. We have us still paying into Social Security. It's not even called that anymore. It's called Seniors Super Saturday Parties or something like that. And we have the second Saturday of every month that we do events. Like we may have a dance, we may have a dinner, we may have a game night, we may have somebody come in and perform, or a magician or whatever. And if you're a member of the club, you get first dibs at tickets. And if you're not, and we don't sell out, which after COVID, not as many people are coming out anymore, then we open it to the community, and any club does that. And the people in the community can buy tickets and come and have a good time if it's something they like and enjoy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The only issue here is a lot of clubs and a lot of things have food at their events. So our bellies have gotten a little bit bigger.
Yeah, there's a lot of socialization around food.
Yeah, definitely.
Nancy, what would be your advice to be able to live healthy longer after 55?
Well, I'm trying to think.
Just copy what I said.
Well, to live after 55, it just depends how your health is. I went through cancer. My husband went through cancer. And you have to do things health-wise so that you can do other things.
Yes.
I mean, that just
Yeah.
about boils down to that.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot. I mean, really a lot. So,
And that's a biggie too, is learning new things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
learning new things. I agree. Well, it's been a joy to be here at Carolina Preserve, and thank you, Joel, and thank you, Nancy.
Oh, you're welcome.
And to all of you who are watching, what I always like to say is just keep living till we see you again.
And one thing about Carolina Preserve that Southerners say is, come see us,
come see us.
come visit.